Hi BookTube, Lynette here, and today's video are the books that I might read in the month of January. Yes, that's right, might read. I'm really not trying to set TBRs this year. I'm going to put out TBR videos, but they're just kind of like, this is the mood. I'm not very good at sticking to TBRs, and I really do need to follow my reading mood recently. So later in the year my TBR might get more firm, but at the moment this is just this is what I think I might be reading this month. So I've got 7 books on the list, 3 of which are absolutes, gonna read because they relate to the book clubs. The rest are kind of like ones that actually in the moment I really do want to read them, so let's see how we get on with that. The first book on the list is the December book club pick for Cozy Book Club, because I didn't finish it before 31st of December, and that is Once Upon a Wardrobe by Patty Callahan. It's set in 1950, the year that The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe was released. And George is an 8-year-old boy who has discovered this book, fallen in love with the world of Narnia. He is terminally ill. He has a condition that means he's not going to live very much longer, and his older sister is at university in Oxford, where C.S. Lewis is a lecturer, a college professor, and he asks her to try and meet C.S. Lewis and find out where the story of Narnia came from. And this is a tale of how Megs goes about that. And I'm at the point that I picked this book up, I had high hopes for this book. I had this book down as a possible 5-star because I love the world of Narnia myself, and I discovered it as an 8-year-old myself. So yes, I'm hoping for a lot of nostalgia with this book, and we'll see how we go. I'm not going to say anything more than that because at the point that I'm filming this, I'm already way into it. But yes, that's definitely going to be the first priority for the year. My next priorities are the other book club picks. So I have Priest by Sierra Simone. This is the book club pick for Clip Literature Club for January, and this is a reread for me, and when I looked back at it, it was a 5-star read when I first read it back in 2015. I read this book 2 weeks after its original release date. It is about Tyler, who is a Catholic priest in small town America, and then a young woman enters his parish who undoes his control. And he enters a relationship with her which is forbidden because Catholic priests are meant to be celibate. And it's a very steamy, spicy, if I remember rightly, very steamy, very spicy, very book. And I'm looking forward to picking it up. I hope it lives up to its expectations, because like I say, I looked back and it was a 5-star read originally. So let's see how we get on with that one. The other book club pick is going to be the January choice for the Cozy Book Club. And we have picked The Lamplighters by Emma Stone. This is the story of 3 men went missing in 1972. They disappeared from a remote lighthouse. They were the keepers. And this is the story of their wives recounting and going back over it when they're being interviewed 20 years later. Don't really know anything more about it than that. Apparently it's a mystery, suspenseful mystery. So I'm going to not look into it any more than that. And hopefully my library holds will come in because I've tried to get it from the library. And I'll be able to pick that up towards the end of the month. The next 2 books are ones that I definitely want to read. They are kind of new releases. So the first one is a new release. That's Fury of Frustration by Corinne Callahan. This is book 6 in her Dragon Fury Scotland series. So we're going back to Scotland and the Scottish pack, and we're going back to Kruger. and he meets Ferguson, who is coming into an inheritance which brings her to a hotel in the Scottish Highlands. It's going to be a short book. It's going to be steamy. There's going to be magic. There's going to be fighting. There's going to be dragons. There's going to be strong-willed women against men's desire to protect. And it's definitely going to fill a hole. I like to keep up to date with Corinne's Dragon Fury series, both this one and the one that's set in America. And if she ever did any other spin-offs, which is a possibility, then I would definitely have those as well. She's definitely a must-read author at the point that her books come out. And I'm looking forward to picking it up. Again, high hopes, because I enjoy all of her books. The next one is Glow by Raven Kennedy. This is book 4 in the Plated Prisoner series now. This is a new release, but it's not, because it's the publisher release of the paperback version. I have been buying the publisher version of the paperbacks because it's one of the few times that the publishers haven't gone and ruined the cover after they've taken it on from the independently self-published books. And I've thoroughly enjoyed this series, and it's one of the few times where I've been willing to trade in the paperbacks that I've got to buy the hardbacks. So that, because I don't like to have series split between hardback and paperback, or paperback and ebook. I like to have them all in the same format if I can. So yes, definitely looking forward to picking this one up. I have been itching for it since I finished the third book, since I finished Gleam. And I just know I'm going to get to the end of Glow, and I will be so ready for Gold that I know I'm going to have to wait 12 months for Gold, and yeah, again, I'm going to be tempted to ditch the paperbacks and get the hardbacks. But yes, looking forward to that. Definitely is going to be on the must read for this month, because I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm so looking forward to getting that notification that it's been delivered. Please, Waterstones, don't delay getting it out the door to me, because I really want that book. The next one on the list is a strong possibility I'll read it pretty much as soon as I've got it. Maybe not. It's called The Sins We Hide, and it's the first book in a new series from an author that I've read before. Now, for this series, because it's dark romance, she's going with the name S. Cole. Previously, I've read her. She is called Scarlet Cole. It's dark romance. It's based around a motorcycle club, a young woman who comes back to the club for protection. She was previously exiled because she did something against the club. Only old secrets are going to come to light that is going to bring her and, I can't remember whether it's the president or deputy or vice president of the club, back together. So I'm expecting lots of heat. I'm expecting lots of danger. And yeah, it's probably going to be picked up as soon as it hits my Kindle, because again, I love the 5 books that I've read in the last 12 months or so by Scarlet Cole, and I'm not anticipating that her other name, S. Cole, is going to do me any bad. So the next couple of books are maybe reads. The first one of those is The Blade Itself by Jo Abercrombie. This is book 1 in the First Law trilogy, and it is the first book that the Catch Up Book Club are doing this year. So they're aiming to read all the books in this world set by Jo Abercrombie. This is about an infamous barbarian, warrior and torturer who I think come together. Not quite sure. All I know is that it's on the darker side of fantasy. It's quite a big book, quite small writing. I'm looking forward to picking it up. The synopsis on the back doesn't really give much away. But this has been on my shelf since late 2022 when a friend asked me had I read it, and I said no. And then I saw it on the shelf in the bookshop and I picked it up. So it's their fault, not mine, that I have this on my TBR. So yes, definitely going to be picking this up sometime in January or February, and hopefully at the point that I read it I will know a bit more about it to give you a bit more of a rounded synopsis. And the final maybe read is another one that's a January-February read for me, and that is Which Way to Anywhere by Cressida Cowell. I've been ordered to read this one. It's going to be part of the Nephew Recommendation series. He read this, he picked it up pretty much almost as it came out, I think, read it, devoured it, and within days of finishing it, handed it to me and said, this is the next book I want you to read. And that were his words, exactly his words. This is the next book I want you to read. It is about K2 and Isabel O'Hero, who have magic in their family, but they have promised that they will keep it hidden from their step-siblings. The only thing they agree on with their step-siblings is their adoration for their younger sister, who is stolen, and they have to get her back. That's it. That's all I know. Look, it's the first book in a series, new series by Cressida Cowell. So my nephew has added another series to my list. Thank you very much, child. I love you very much. He watches my videos, so yeah. I do love you really, Cammy. Yes, so I'm looking forward to picking this up. Let's say, not sure if I'm going to read it in January or in February, but it is one of those months. And it will have its own review to come. So those are my might reads for the month of January. What is on your list for January? Have you read any of them yet? Because I know I'm releasing this quite late into the month. At the point that I'm filming this, we are a week into January, and I know if I've read any of those books already, but you'll have to wait until the end of the month to find out. If you've enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to like it, and if you haven't already, then subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!